Yeah, now passback, so passback's turned on, we've got hard.
Yeah, so I don't know how it was set up before.
See, that's what we was talking about. They go into pass back during the day, and then, you know, like at night, we reset, usually reset it during the middle of the night
Yeah.
so that they get that free.
Yeah.
We don't tell them, but. you
Yeah,
know,
so we can do that. We can set it to resync the cards at 3 a.m. or whatever. That way, you know, if something happens, you had to raise the gates and people get out, you know, the cards are all good the next morning when they come
Right.
in. And one thing me and Chris were talking about earlier, this system is set up, I don't know how you run it before, but this is only set up for hard passback. So it's just if they try to use the card and if they enter, or I mean, I'm sorry, if they exit and they try to use the card again, it just won't let them out at all. So it won't let them out and then say, you know, passback on there. It just will say, you know, cards are passback.
Yeah,
So
that's the way ours was, and then we do the, you know, after, sometime we'd get out of them actually, that they had gotten the card from somebody else, and we'd have to do the lost ticket.
Yeah.
We wouldn't let them out, because we know they were
Yeah.
lying.
But like the
And
older,
then they all easily.
yeah, like the federal system had it where it's soft passback. So if you have passback turned on, they can swipe it and still let them out, but it would show up on there, you know, that they used it in passback.
No,
So
I think she does pass back lockout.
okay, yeah.
So
So
they.
that's
they-
the setup.
That's
Yeah.
good, because that's how
Yeah.
this one will be. Another thing, if you're trying to find something specific with the device, whether it's the activity, maybe the state of affairs with that particular device, if you right click and you go to events and alarms, unlike over here on the left where you're getting messages from many different devices, all your devices from both locations. And here they're being highlighted, the ones that are coming from the facility that we marked as yellow. Of course, it makes it a little easier to identify which device is reporting messages. But you can also right-click on that device and bring up just the events that are pertinent or relating to that device that you selected. So you're supposed to be able to change your date and time parameters in here. So this one we do like, and so if I just want the last 100 messages from there, you know, you can change that by default. I guess it's always 10. And if some of these things are alarms and some of these things are events, and then you can choose the different category. So here we see we got card activity, card entered. I guess the card number here is facility 04 here, or is that the whole?
It's 044.
044's facility, so they're starting with like a 1.
Yeah,
So
it's
this is card
17. Yeah.
Oh, that's our truck.
Yeah, that's
So
the truck.
everything's working.
Yeah. And you see, scroll down, Chris. You see one that says group is blocked. That means that's from when I was initially trying to set the card up. You can see that the card number is like 044 and it's 00017. That was before I got the format correct, so it was
Okay.
scanning it, but it wasn't in the system.
So I just look at the date and I can say, oh, this is when they was working. on
Yeah,
it.
so but
Yeah.
anything you see in there that says group is blocked, that's just when somebody tries to use a card that's not programmed in the system. So if they were just trying to use like a random
Like they
card.
found a card and we didn't already turn that card off and they find one.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So they just try to use any old card, it'll block them. But, you know, you only get that message when they're using a card that's not in the system.
I was going to talk about like maybe setting time and date. Sometimes with systems you can do that.
Yeah, that's right, because we get, time change in November.
And what Jack was telling me is actually maybe like every 10 minutes it's actually automating the device times out there. So it should never be, it really should never get off, since every 10 minutes or so it's sending the time and date out to all the devices. So
So that'll be an automatic update.
Yeah, and one thing to note too is that the time of the devices is set by the time on the Windows on the server. So if you edit the time on the server, once it sends that timeout, all the devices will have the time that matches that. So just something to be careful of. If you have to be in the server, you change the time, it's going to change the time on everything. So
Yeah, that's why I think we used to have to ship it to everything.
yeah,
before.
but this will be automatic because it's getting the daylight savings from the time server. So it automatically updates, and then as soon as it runs that task to send it out, it sends it out to all devices. So you don't have
Okay.
to manually change the times or anything like that.
So we talked about sending rates out remotely, setting time and date, raise and lower the gates, being able to look at specific device statuses, troubleshooting, clearing the device, sending a reset to the device. The other thing I had on here was notifications. So I know the system has the ability to email, but I guess those are on specific alarms. So you can go in there and set some specific alarms to email. Does our server, is it set up with SMTP?
You just use like a Gmail, SMTP.
We don't have it configured now.
That's not
Okay.
configured now.
All right, so if you wanted that ability, I guess we could set it up so if, like the ticket spitters ran out of tickets or something
Yeah,
like
so if
that.
you get low tickets and ticket spitter, the receipt paper's low, or anything like that, we can get it to send like a text message or a email alert. That way, somebody could go
At least go to the,
Can
my
you send it
laptop
to
or
multiple
whatever.
people?
Yeah, we can.
So that way, one of it, that way, say like, she's got a computer at home, say if I'm out, say if I'm sick or if I'm on vacation, she has a computer at home, then it would send her an email, says you need to go in here.
Yeah, well, it'll come to your email, so we can set it for, everybody's email, so that way I'll go to everybody's, but, it will show in the alarm messages over there, it'll say like receipt paper low, say the device, but if you're not looking at it all the time, you wouldn't know, so that's where the email alerts come in handy, because, you just get an email on your phone, you look at it, it says a receipt paper low.
It's probably not really gonna be easy to change frequently, right? So it would be like, you'd want to pick a couple designated recipients of whatever kind of alarm message.
Oh, I know, but
And
work,
then we can set that up for you.
And like I said,
Just like you said, if you
working
don't have a notification, when knowing on my phone, I can tell when I get.
So I guess at least just think about that. If you want that to go, we would just need, it's not something that really changed a lot. Like, I'm off today, so I'm gonna put so-and-so on the email recipient. It would be something, we could go in and configure it if you give us the email addresses. But if you want like 3 people so that somebody responds to it, then we can set that up. And every time that particular alarm message is triggered by the system,
Yeah.
those 3 recipients will
Especially
receive
she
it.
reads them on her phone,
Yeah.
like I do.
Texts too.
Yeah, text,
Yes.
which SMS, I think you gotta do it as an email.
Yeah, you have to use the email, so if you have Verizon, it's like the number at btext.com, or I don't know what the other carriers use, but it'd be something similar to that, yeah.
It's probably a good time for me to switch from straight on to Verizon.
Do you know which report it is in here from the device messages? Is there one?
I don't believe.
Let me just see if we're getting in here again. If not, maybe we'll take.
Yeah,
just
I know you can hit it from one of the other, one of the link calls,
Okay.
because I was able to do it the other day, but for some reason, it's doing it locally, the server wouldn't let me.